Hey everyone, Daniel JS here, and in this video we're going to kick off a series where we go through all of the JavaScript algorithms and data structures certification challenges from FreeCodeCamp.org. So I'm super excited to get started with you. Let's go ahead and kick this off. Just make sure that if you are going to follow along that you are signed up for FreeCodeCamp.org. I'll make sure to put a link in the description of this video. So once you're signed in, you're going to have access to the curriculum. That's the page that I'm on right now. And then if you just come right down here, we're going to start with the JavaScript algorithms and data structures certification. If I open this up, you're going to notice that we have quite a few sections to work through. And we're going to start in the basic JavaScript section. There's 111 challenges here. So let's go ahead and open that up. And we're going to start by learning how to comment our JavaScript code. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one right here. And you're going to notice on the left side I have a description of the challenge. There's also some buttons down here. This is the one that we're going to be using to basically run the tests that are going to make sure that we've met the requirements of this challenge. And then on the right side we have this, this is a text editor environment, and we also have an output section so we can actually see the results of our output. Okay, so the first step that we're going to want to do is really understand what the challenge is. And in this case, we're going to learn how to comment our JavaScript code. So commenting is something that's really important when it comes to writing software, because oftentimes we might need to leave some notes for ourselves to come back to. Maybe we might want to leave some notes for someone else to read over whenever they're trying to understand what our program is doing. And sometimes we might want to put a label on our code just to mark what that specific part of our code is doing. So comments really help us out a lot in this space. And then the last thing that they also help us out with is debugging. So oftentimes we might want to comment out some of our code so that we can essentially have it ignored by the JavaScript interpreter while we're trying to run some other part of our code. So as you can see, there's a huge value in understanding how to comment within our code. So JavaScript gives us two different types of comments that we can work with. We have a single line comment, which is basically just 2 forward slashes followed by whatever we need to put after that. So this can be text that you've written. Maybe it could be a sentence explaining something. It could also be a line of code that you just don't want to run. So the important thing to know is that anything that comes after these 2 forward slashes will be ignored by JavaScript. And then down below we have an example of a multi-line comment. So this is pretty much the same thing as a single line comment, except you can actually ignore multiple lines within a file that you're writing your code in. So sometimes you might want to write a little bit more than a sentence, maybe a couple sentences to explain what a specific part of your program is doing. So multi-line comments are very useful for that. So in this challenge, it's asking us to practice by running one of each type of comment. So let's go ahead and put our cursor right over here. And I'm going to put the double forward slash. And I can put something like, here is a single line comment. Okay. And then just to see an example of that, if I were to put a console log right here, technically, this console log is not going to be ignored by JavaScript. However, you can even see the output right here. However, if I wanted to, I could comment this out just by putting the double forward slash at the end. And notice how it gets grayed out like that? Yeah, the JavaScript interpreter is no longer reading this line of code. And just a little pro tip here, if you put the cursor on the line that you want to comment out and just hold down the command key on your MacBook keyboard and then press the forward slash, this will automatically comment out that line. Again, that was the command key followed by the forward slash. This is a keyboard shortcut that works in a lot of text editors. And I'm assuming if you're using a Windows machine or Linux, you would probably be pressing the control forward slash. Okay, so you can toggle this from commented to uncommented. And this only works on single line comments. Okay, so just a little heads up there. Let's go ahead and add a multi-line comment. So to do that, we're going to put a forward slash followed by a star. And then I'm going to come down here to the next line, and then I'm going to put a forward slash, or excuse me, a star, then another forward slash. And now this is an example of a multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. And I guess I should probably hyphenate that, okay? So that means that all the text in here is being ignored by JavaScript. So there you have it, guys. That is an example of a single line comment and a multi-line comment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just remove this example right here so that we are meeting the requirements. It only said that we wanted one of each comment. So let's go ahead and remove that. And let's go ahead and click Run Test. So make sure that we passed the requirements of this challenge. And there we have it. We are all set and ready for the next challenge. Well, I hope that was helpful, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about this challenge or if you have any feedback. I would love to hear that as well. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can be notified of the next video. Thank you so much.